you? Leave a voicemail. 401-213-9828. You guys ready to go? Start this puppy up. You guys ready to go? Do one more preview button here.
In a world with no production value, a man decided to recap The Bachelor. And now, available only on Patreon, you can see Vintage Dave.
Okay, hello. This is my first review of Bachelor Season 20 with Ben Higgins.
This is gonna be Neal, okay? You curse crap.
Harold screaming Dave. That's rubbish, Dave.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. Hello, everybody. The timer's up. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News, Bachelorette Recapper of the Year. I nominated myself. Nominated for Recapper of the Year. It's yours truly, D. Neals. Hello, everybody. How are you? Oh, look, my green screen's got a... It's that time of the night where the sun is shining through my window there. So don't mind me. It's low production quality Dave. And speaking of low production quality, how about these men? All right, here's what we're going to do. Leave a voicemail, 401-213-9828. I'm gonna try to read some of your comments, guys. I'm gonna try my best. I can't promise I'll read them all. I should have a little thing at the bottom of the screen. Dave Neal will try to read your comments, but cannot promise to read them all. Please do not unsubscribe if Dave Neal cannot get to all of your comments, please. Okie dokie. Alrighty then. Who do you guys like? Layla, how are you? It's a meatball. I'll tell you what. Let's be honest. Let's start it off here. These men did not sign up for this nonsense. You think they want to have to pick one? They didn't sign up for it. They signed up to go on The Bachelorette. They're trying their best. Sure, they're going to like one versus the other. Now, the instance where the instance where they sort of piled on Gabby, that was producer, hey, all right, go tell Gabby you're into Rachel. Okay. Hey, Gabby, I'm into Rachel. All right, next guy. Go tell Gabby you're into Rachel. Okay, I'm into Rachel. You know what I mean? So when we watch this, I go, okay, take your anger out on the producers, not Meatball. Alessi, how are you? Love you right back. Yeah, Gabby's definitely going to have a busy fantasy suite the way this thing's ending up. You know what I mean? Okay, folks. Sarah says, no worries on the comments. I teach at a cyber school and know the struggles of keeping over 200 plus in the chat. Well, yeah, I was actually just being facetious because I made some people upset earlier when I couldn't get to everyone's comments. And by making people upset, yeah, it's 1 out of 300. It happens. It happens, guys. I'm only me. I am only me, and I cannot please all of you. Is exactly what Gabby's going to have to say when she's stuck with a whole bouquet of roses because she's got so many guys after her. Aaron says, Jesse Palmer's a waste. Why are the girls crying throughout the episode to the producers? Where the F is Jesse? Jesse's not, look, Jesse's just an employee. You know what I mean? He doesn't have any say over it. Sarah said so much producer setup tonight. Yeah, a lot of producer setup. Anastasia said they did not sign up for this. However, you can let someone know how you feel without being mean about it. No, you're right there. You're right there. Let's go. This feels like Jesus music. We're gonna need to say our prayers tonight for Meatball. Now that he's, what a bummer too. What a bummer to be like, hey, I'm into the other lady. I'm not into you as much, and then do it in a nice way. And then the other lady doesn't like you, and you're like, I'm still into you though. He's like, sorry, Rachel, I'm into Gabby more. Gabby's like, it's a no from me. He's like, well, Rachel, we can make it work. You know what I mean? There was some light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, there's a lot of, there's a lot of, this is, by all means, I don't know. I kind of just, I go with the effect that I'm like, look, I don't know how much of this is complete BS and what's not. All right, let's go to Alicia in Brooklyn.
Hey Dave, it's Alicia from Brooklyn.
What up?
I just wanted to say I was watching your video earlier today, and I can't remember which one it was. Recent one. You were talking about how you love to eat raw cookie dough, and it just was reminding me how much I love it, and I'll buy like one of those vlogs, not cook a single part of it, just eat the whole thing.
Eat it. That's all you gotta do is there you go. You didn't even say bye. That's the end of the voicemail. Yeah, absolutely. Eat the log. By the way, I'm getting tagged in so many comments right now. I have some sad news for everybody. We have a breaking news story, and I hate to start on this note, but it's come to my attention now that the Choco Taco is no more. That's right, folks. The Choco. We need some sad music. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's get some sad. Let me just go back to my sad music playlist here, and find some, because we need whenever, here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, pour out a glass of champagne for yours truly. Many a 3 a.m. was spent after a night unsuccessfully spinning game at a bar in a Taco Bell parking lot. Can't decide what to eat? Want a burrito? Want a Supreme Crunchwrap? You know what? Get them all. And then when they say, would you like to throw a Choco Taco onto that order? You bet your bottom dollar I do. Well, not anymore. The Choco Taco is going out of business in the good Lord's year of 2022. That's right, folks. JC Miles says, where's my tissue box? You're going to need that because you are going to have one lonely stomach. One sweet tooth is broken hearted right now because the Choco Taco, a prefabricated ice cream sundae delight, hugged the way our parents never could around that beautiful waffle taco shell. That's it, folks. Okay. Do. Choco Taco. Goodbye. We loved you. That'll be it for that. Okay, back to other voicemails. Let's get into it. Call the line.
Hey Dave, it's Alicia from Brooklyn. I just wanted to say I was watching your video earlier today, and I can't remember which.
Hey, I already got that one. How come it's playing the same one over and over? Let's see. Here's a new one.
Hey, my name is Karen. I'm in Georgia.
Hi, Karen.
I think that Gabby has some self-esteem issues, and I think that the guys could pick up on that. And I don't think she should have ever compared herself to Rachel. I think she just needs to step it up, and show them who she is. I think that
She's a pick herself up by her bootstraps, is what you're
she's a
saying.
remarkable person, but she got kind of caught up into comparing herself.
Yeah, and respectfully, it's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up. Everything is flipped. Everybody sucks. You know what I mean? And you want to know why. You want to justify ripping someone's head off. You know what I mean? Yeah. Did I get those lyrics right? Probably not. Sorry, don't mind me. Just feeling a little down on this Choco Taco news. They've put a stoppo to the Choco Taco. Oh, that's an embargo, a blocko on the Choco Taco. It's like, what the fucko? Oh, boy. Yeah, look. Yeah, it's going to be a weird one. I'm sober. It's a diet. I'm not sober in real life, just like right now I'm sober. Yeah, look, I mean, maybe Gabby, maybe she was just in her head. We all have bad days. I think Gabby, like everyone, is just trying her best. But, maybe the guys pick up on that. Or maybe there's plenty of guys that like Gabby. I mean, I think Gabby's doing perfectly fine with some of these guys. It's like, don't you know what I mean, though? Sometimes you get rejected by somebody that you don't like, and you're still like, feel bad. You're like, you've rejected me. You ever date someone and they dump you first, and you're like, I wanted to keep dating you just long enough so I could be the one who dumps you. You know what I mean?
That's all I want to say. I think they're both great people.
Yeah, they're both great people. Is that the end of the voicemail? All right, so thank you so much for the phone call. I really appreciate you calling in. Karen from Georgia. Let's go to our next call.
Hi, Dave. Good night. This is Denise calling from Iowa.
Hi, Denise.
My beef tonight is the situation with the rose ceremony. I think it could have been handled much better than that. Because, I mean, if you're going to hand out a rose, someone who rejected the rose, I don't see why Jesse had to come in to, diffuse that kind of mix up. Just back the person, discard the rose, and keep moving. I mean, if they are going to, that person might as well be eliminated in the final event. So I don't see that as a matter of rejection. That's kind of silly on Rachel's part. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Denise, calling in from Iowa. Denise in Iowa. Des Moines, Denise. I don't know if you're Des Moines. That's all I know in Iowa. Let's see here. So, yeah, look, hey, good question with regards to how messy these rose ceremonies are. It's like, but then again, and it does suck for Rachel, but it is your ego when you go, I'm so embarrassed that I got rejected in front of everybody. That's okay to feel embarrassed, but just recognize that's your ego. Like, it's a bad position to be in, but you're not rejected because they didn't like you. It's because, you look stupid. And I get it. No one likes to look stupid. I look stupid that I didn't order more Choco Tacos. Can we get a crate of Choco Tacos sent? I think I need a freezer full just so I can space these out. By the way, Teresa with probably the funniest comment of the year. Are you Choco Taco worthy? Elaine Seinfeld. As we know, Teresa, remind me, what was Elaine? What was it? It was her birth control or whatever. She had birth control that went out of fashion, and then she had to decide if the guy was worthy enough for her to use it. Was it I can't remember. Bruce has a limerick, a Choco Taco limerick. There once was a taco from 1983 with waffles and swirls for you and me. Now it's all gone. It seems so wrong. What will dessert now be? That's it, folks. That's a good one, Bruce. Bruce bringing the Choco Taco energy. I wonder if Choco Taco is, I wouldn't call it cultural appropriation, but it is it's almost like we just took an ice cream sundae and jammed it inside a taco. What else could we have that's not could we do like a Choco Tapas? Choco Tapas? I don't know. Okie dokie. Emily says, so mad these men are flip-flopping and doing this to these women. Well, Emily, without giving you a spoiler, let me tell you something. Buckle up, because it's about to get a lot worse. I have some information which I am sharing with nobody, and all I'm saying is, oh boy, you think you're on the right side of the fence? There's going to be people hopping that fence to the other side. Trust me on that one there. They're going to need a Choco Taco just to calm down after we're done with them. Marcia says it was such a bad vibe when Jesse had to keep interrupting. Yeah, they probably did that because they probably had no procedure set up. My guess is that Rachel, here's my guess. My guess is that Rachel and Gabby decided that day, let's make the men choose. And the production maybe hadn't quite approved how they wanted to do that. So they kept sending Jesse out there to confirm this is how it's going to be done. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just leaning on the side of production having their heads up their ass and didn't really know what they were doing. All right, next voicemail.
Hello, Dave.
Hello.
It's Eliza from New York, and I love the show. It was great. I think that it was kind of rough what they were doing, it's like the guys had the power, and I get what Gabby was going through. And then Rachel also felt rejected, so I just think ABC should have honestly had them go on their own separate journeys, just like they did with what was it? It was with Katie and Michelle. That would have really been the smarter choice. So you're going to have a lot of confusion and chaos. I don't blame either one of them for feeling the way they did. And I hope that as the split happens, it ends up being less chaotic. And I think it's going to be exciting when they go to Paris and all that good stuff. So here's hoping the best for them.
Cheers. Bye. Thank you so much, Eliza from New York. Let's see what Paris brings them now that they've done the split. The guys, I would be sad if I was one of the guys, because you build all this camaraderie and have all this time together, and you're like, well, I'm into Gabby, and you're like best friends, like, I'm into Rachel, and you're like, no, bye. By the way, one of the best things I like about our community is hearing about everybody's successes. RM says, hi, Dave. I finally got that engineering job, and I'm now a Patreon member. That sounds amazing. Congratulations on that. Get that paycheck. She says, worth every penny. I love watching the post-show live streams and trying to piece together what the flip is going on before I watch on Hulu the next day. Oh, so you watch the live streams before Hulu. Hey, if you ever want, send me a private message, and I'll send you the link I used to watch it not so legally. I probably shouldn't promote that. Okay. Well, a boy's got to do what a boy's got to do. But anyway, congratulations and thank you so much for joining the Patreon. Unbelievable growth that we've had over there. We lost one member today. I pissed somebody off. It happens. Trying my best, folks. Not easy to do. Trying my best. All right, lots of voicemails to get to. Here we go. Anastasia, you're up.
Hey Dave, this is Anastasia calling from Houston, Texas.
Hi, Anastasia.
I just wanted to say that I think Tyler did it in the best way in terms of letting Gabby know that he was 100% here for Rachel. He did it in such a respectful way and in such a nice manner that I think even Gabby understood and felt okay with Tyler's decision. But Hayden saying rough around the edges and then Jacob saying, you know, if you were the only lead here, I don't think I would continue. Like, I mean, can you guys not think out how you're gonna, you know, let one of the leads know that I'm not here for you and I'm here for the other? I mean, man, I felt really bad for Gabby this episode. I love her so much.
Yeah, they both got a raw deal. And it's not even the fantasy suite yet. Come on, folks. Hey, they got shafted. All right, folks. All right, so everyone, Jen Murphy says Spongeworthy, Laurie Hutch, Spongeworthy, Amy Lynn, the Sponge. Okay, so you think you're Spongeworthy. Boy, one of the reasons I want to have kids is that I can rewatch shows like Seinfeld and Lost with them. And you know what? Maybe X-Files too, because let me tell you something. Oh, once that music comes on. Boy, I'll tell you what, my first crush, you ain't lying, it was Scully. You ain't lying. My first crush was Scully. I was all about it. You know, I got a thing for trench coats now. You know what I'm talking about? Okie dokie. Here we go. I liked Elaine too. I got a whole story about Elaine too. That was, you know, I'm not going to get into it now, but if you ever catch me after a show, ask me about it.
Yellow is Sabine from...
Okay, already the best intro ever. Can we get everyone to say yellow from now on?
Yellow is Sabine from Montreal. Quick question.
Sure.
If you could have been in charge of the rose ceremony, would you have changed anything? If so, what would it have been? Or maybe you don't want to change anything and you liked how it went. Anyway, looking forward to your response. Bye.
Yellow, thank you so much for the call. Sabine in Montreal, merci beaucoup pour le téléphoner. Pour le reparler? Pour te reparler? Anyway, did I say that right? I don't know. Je sais pas. Mais je pense que if I had $1 million, Sarah says, would you break the diet for a Choco Taco? I'd break a nose for a Choco. Give me that Choco Taco. Just steal it. You could have asked for it. I'm losing my mind. I think we're doing okay. Good live stream. Hit the like button an odd number of times if you don't mind. Okay, so if I were in charge, here's the deal, right? You gotta create some moments. Like, they gotta sell a TV show. So I understand their desire to make the women look a little stupid. Like, I understand for ratings, but obviously, you don't want to piss your audience off. And you're on thin ice. You're flying too close to the sun. You know, you don't want to piss your audience off so much that you're pitting Gabby and Rachel against each other. But at the same time, you know, the guy, I don't know what I would do differently. Would I have the guys, like, the non-dramatic way would be you have the guys write their preference, like ranked choice voting. We got a Bernie Sanders in there, you know what I mean? Listen, you gotta tax the rich, and you gotta bring, what a huge, but I'm into Gabby, but I think everyone should get love. Everyone deserves love. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I don't know what I would do differently. It was sloppy. I don't know. I feel like, why take away? So if a guy rejects Rachel's rose, why not give Rachel the rose in case a guy rejects Gabby's rose? And then maybe Rachel, like, it's only episode 3. There's got to be guys you might not think you're that into that might work out. Everyone's like, these men need to pick one. It's like, why? Don't you want them to get it right? And trust me when I say this, let me put the music on. Trust me when I say this, some guys are going to go back on the choices they've already made, and it's going to get sloppy. Sloppy like a Choco Taco on a hot day. Oh boy. I'd watch a porno that was just two people eating a Choco Taco. They'd be like, when are they going to take their clothes off? They're not. They're just eating Choco Tacos.
Hi, Dave. This is Christy. I've watched your videos for like 2 years now, but I've never called in, so I'm a little
thank
nervous.
you, Christy.
But I don't know if it's just me, but that Rachel gave her last rose to the guy that called Gabby rough around the edges. I'm like, I want to respect both their journeys, but like, Gabby said that really hurt her, and now he's like still there. I think it's kind of awkward. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Okay. Bye.
Firstly, yellow, and thank you, yellow, and thank you so much for calling in. I'm sure someone's going to call in now just so they can say yellow. Next person who says yellow wins for the evening. But listen, Christy, here's the deal. Hayden's going to be a villain. That's a producer pick. He's coming back as a producer pick.
Hey, Dave, it's Christy from Missouri again. Hi.
Well, hold on. I went to the wrong Christy. Okay, I'm trying to find the number here. I don't see your initial. I'm trying to get to your initial voicemail. I don't see your initial one. You're a 417 number. Okay, we'll just play it.
I just don't like what the words they use for when Gabby was getting rejected from the guys. We all know that it could be, producer influenced and just how they directed and cut the scenes, but it just really kind of hit me hard, just the rough around the edges, and then that wannabe Fabio guy, just like trying to like bromance with her, like fist pump. It's just the way that they present themselves in the words. That's what struck me the most as an audience member. Just not the fact that they weren't interested in Gabby, is how they did it and the words they were able to use. Like it was okay. I don't know. I think since COVID, we forget that our words matter, especially on national television. And so it just rubbed me the wrong way, and I know a lot of people have a lot of emotional issues when it comes to not feeling wanted and stuff, and it was just, I wish they could watch their words and triggering all that stuff. Anyways, bye.
Bye, yellow. Yeah, no, look, I mean, these guys were not cast because their communication skills were great, and I don't know what the producers are telling them to say. It could be that the producer, I'm not trying to give Hayden any credit, but it could be that the producer says, hey, Gabby's not into you, so just tell her how it is. I don't know how it is. Some people said, oh my gosh, you can get a Choco Taco at a Taco Bell? Now, hold on, not anymore. The Choco Taco, which features fudge swirled ice cream and a chocolate wafer reminiscent of a hard taco shell, has been around since the 1980s. It gained popularity when it partnered with Taco Bell, but was off the menu for 7 years until it returned to select locations in February. And I say we just drive to one of these locations. If there's a location, let me tell you something right now. If there's a location in Los Angeles that is selling the Choco Taco. Hey, Tasha, you want to get Choco Tacos? She said, okay. All right, breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we've got a lot I know we're worried about Meatball and Tino and all these other people, but we have some breaking news. If there's a location within 40 square miles of where I am right now, then I am going to leave here and go get Choco Tacos for the class. And by the class, I mean me and Tasha, and maybe the dog can have a bite. He can't eat chocolate. All right, let's see here. Where is the closest Choco Taco? Let's just see if they say anything about Los Angeles here. All right, hold on. Can currently order a Choco Taco at select Taco Bell locations in Southern California, 1408 West Century Boulevard. So 1408 West Century Boulevard. Hold on. I don't even know if this is real. Do they actually have taco? Let's see here. Do they still carry the Choco Taco? Do you think they even have a phone number at this Choco Taco? How do we even get in touch with them? Hold on one second. Let's go to Yelp here. I doubt they have a phone number. Why would they? Closes, open. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Let's just make sure here. Because I'll tell you what, I would hate to drive down there and 323-777. 7379. I'd hate to drive down there and find out they don't have Choco Tacos. How many people want one in the chat? Come on. I'm not surprised that Taco Bell doesn't have someone manning the telephone. I'm so behind in the chat. Jeez. There's no voicemail system? What the hell's going on here? All right, well, we might have to just drive down there. I wonder how far away. I don't want to show you guys where I live, but let's see how far away this Choco Taco is here. It's looking like it's a 4-hour walk. Why are they telling me the walk times? Driving wise, it's a 20-minute drive. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe. All right, let's see. I have to skip some of your comments, so I'm going to ask you politely to not rage quit the channel if I didn't get to your comments. I just can't physically see all of these at the same time. And unfortunately, we did not get a response from Taco Bell, but we will be persistent and try them. I mean, how the return of the Choco Taco marks Klondike's 100th anniversary. I bet you the Choco Taco. I mean, here the thing is, like, they're pre-made, they're already in the freezer. Anyway, let's go to your phone calls. I don't want to waste any more time here, but these are the important things in my world.
Hey Dave, it's me, Emily from St. Louis. Just wanted to call in. I have been kind of behind on the whole Bachelorette because I'm just not the biggest fan. I wasn't the biggest fan when I heard it was going to be the two girls or the two women. And after watching kind of like my first full episode tonight, I'm so mad. I'm extremely pissed off about the whole situation. I thought they're really setting the girls up for failure. I think it is so unfair that they have to share this. And like, when you're the Bachelorette, you should be like the star. You know that they're all there. They all want you. Okay, maybe not all the time because not all of them are there for the right reasons. But like the fact that then they have to like compete with one another, even though they're not competing, but it's just like having that mental pressure of like, oh, they can choose me or her, me, and then that makes you so insecure. I'm just so mad that they did this to these girls, to these women. I'm so pissed off. I really hope they never do this again because this is just ridiculous, and I'm very upset about it. And I think it's ridiculous what they're going through because they don't deserve this and they should have their own seasons. That's all. Bye.
I hear you. Thank you so much for the call. I know it stinks. It stinks. They should feel like they're the princess and everyone's out for them. And, you know, but hey, we'll have to see. Could there be a scenario where this makes the men fight in a way that they weren't obviously? I don't know. I'm trying to look at it from like wondering where it's like, look, we know the normal situation is kind of like not successful. The normal way they do this is, 4% of the time it works out. So could it be, by the way, all this time, and we didn't even talk about the real winner here, which was Zach, right? Zach and Rachel. I mean, they had energy like they were just going to call it right then and there.
Hi, this is Kelly. I'm a big fan of yours, and I follow Reality Steve. I'm sure you see me comment. I go by Foxy Kelly on Instagram.
Woo.
So I'm wondering if I have to join your Patreon to watch you go live during the shows. I'm on the West Coast, so I don't know if you cover the West Coast during the live, and the Bachelorette are live. So just want to say you do an awesome job, and I think you and Reality Steve should collab more. Longtime fan of both of yours, and I appreciate what you do. Thank you.
Oh, thanks so much. I appreciate you. No, Reality Steve, he has a great way of looking at the show. That's for sure. And I mean, anyone who's made their bones covering this channel, this show, like he has, longevity. I mean, honestly, you should hear some of the voice notes we send back and forth when we're like discussing different stories that exist. He's got so much information he doesn't share. Oh my gosh, he's got a ton. And I've got a few tricks up my sleeve, but what I've kind of learned is that I'm not really the one to break stories. It doesn't really, I don't know. I don't need that target on my back, but you do not need to be on the Patreon to enjoy these live streams, as you can probably figure out now. I'm not going live on the West Coast, not tonight at least. Maybe when the season gets a little bit spicier, I'll do some more West Coast lives, but I have to drive down to South Central and find the Taco Bell where they sell Choco Tacos. But we will be live in the morning at patreon.com/Dave Neal, where you can get all the extra information.
Hi, Dave. This is Teresa from Newport Beach, California.
Teresa!
I thought I'd share a couple limericks. Here we go. There once was a YouTuber named Dave. He often goes weeks without a shave. New Dave has flair. Vintage Dave had wild hair. But barrel scraping is my personal fave. And then one more for you guys. There once was a content creator named Dave Neal. He makes us laugh so hard we squeal. When he's not cutting the crap, he might start to rap, and his commentary is always so real. Hope you guys had a great show. I'll see you on the comments.
Thank you for the dual limericks there. Teresa and Bruce need to go. You're both send limericks all the
I
time.
don't care if you think I'm pimping for Dave.
Much appreciated.
Hey, Dave and everyone. It's Stu from Southeast Pennsylvania.
Stu!
We are
Yellow.
finishing the episode right now, the rose ceremony, and I am having sorority recruitment, flashbacks,
yes,
PTSD, whatever you call it.
What I would give to see Stu in a sorority.
Where if you really wanted one house and that house didn't want you, and that you go onto another list at that other house, and you just it's kind of funny how this is all playing out, kind of similarly to how colleges do their Greek life, which is, I've always thought that, but all right, enjoy the rest of the episode. See you on the live stream. Bye.
Thank you, Stu. Much appreciate you.
I thought it was a really good idea that both the girls picked their own guys, and it really moved the show along, and it really decides who is really into who. So thought it was really good that you guys did that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't do it, but they did. Yeah, I told them they should do that. Thank you for the phone call. Much appreciated. Steve in New York, you're up.
Steve, is it Avery? Is Avery calling?
Oh, it's Avery. Sorry.
I am basically crying right now. Rachel and Zach have me in tears. I am dead serious. Oh, it's the most wholesome thing to watch. And the sad part is, he's probably not going to get the final rose, but I hope to God that he does, because this is so true. I'm going to go before I start really crying again, but I hope you're enjoying the episode just as much as I am.
Thank you so much, Avery, crying over the episode. And also, breaking news here, we actually have Sabine donating to the Choco Taco Fund, $10. Oh boy, this first taco bite is dedicated to Sabine. Thank you so much. I know you live in Montreal, and this is nothing like the poutine sur une noix à la discothèque, mais c'est pas grave. La Choco Taco. Did I say that right? Okie dokie. Probably not. All right, Courtney, you're up.
Hi, Dave. It's Courtney in South Carolina again. Listen, if you are, in some sort of quote-unquote feud with Nick Viall, I say, you know what? Bring it on. I don't have a problem with that. I have long thought that Nick Viall is a little too sanctimonious. So, if someone wants to draw attention to that, I don't think that that's necessarily a problem. He can rise above it. Courtney out.
Courtney out. Courtney, I don't know if I have a feud with him. All I'm doing is airing out the feud that already exists. I mean, I got nothing wrong with him. But yeah.
Hey, Dave. It's Courtney in South Carolina. I'm actually not watching this season, although I am enjoying your recaps and all of the coverage that you're doing. I'm just disappointed. The franchise had a chance to turn things around, and they just reverted right back to the same old song and dance, pitting these two women against each other and trying to play it off as, oh, they're in the driver's seat. It's just, it's disgusting. So anyway, I am enjoying your content though, so keep doing what you're doing, and as always, for these two women especially, be careful who you bang. Courtney out.
You got to be careful who you bang.
Be careful who you bang.
Thank you, Courtney in Carolina. Much appreciate you. Hey, should I buy a home in Carolina? I've been looking at the Redfin prices over there. I think I'll be mayor of Carolina, so let me know. We can be roommates, or we can move to the same cul-de-sac. All right, I got 3 voicemails lined up, but leave a voicemail, 401-213-9828. Bruce asks if Nick Viall is rough around the edges, and Jen says, buy a case of Choco Tacos for the Bachelor Mansion party. You know, it's beyond me. It's beyond me that The Bachelor hasn't tried to incorporate me into their show. Not to say I want it. I'm in SAG. It's a non-union production, so they're going to have to pay me. But, boy, I mean, imagine if I ran one of these group dates where I helped the guys out and gave them a little Choco Taco for their fantasy suite.
Yellow again.
Yellow.
It's Sabine from Canada. This is just about French. So you said merci pour, and then you said something else. So if you want to thank someone for their message, you'll say merci pour le message. So have a nice evening. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Merci pour la massage. Massage. Thank you for the massage. Or message.
Hey, Dave. I'm Sarah, and I live in the mountains of Georgia. And
By the way, love her already. Love the slight twang. Anyone who wants to call in from the mountains of Georgia, you are A-okay in my book unless your comment is critical.
I love your stuff, and I think you're awesome. And also, I just want to say that the cookie dough thing was actually like a clueless reference. I don't know if somebody's probably caught that already in the
Everybody
comments,
told me
but
that.
I just wanted to throw that out there because I found it absolutely hilarious. And yeah, keep making great shit because it's great.
Oh, thank you. I love it. Keep making great shit because it's great. I think that might be, hold on, let me see if I can pull that comment to the side here. I feel like that deserves its own sort of like sound bar. You know what I mean? Keep making great shit because it's great. Where did she say that?
It's absolutely hilarious. And yeah, keep making great shit because it's great.
Now, it's not exactly the greatest audio quality, but I like you. Thank you so much for the call. Let's go. Hold on. I lost you there. Dun, 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 dun. Is this the one? Oh, Sarah in the mountains. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, hell no. Y'all not about to do that to my girl Rachel and Gabby like that? That
Yes.
was messed up. I can't with those guys. They were, they should not have done that to them. That's all I have to say.
Yellow, I love a voicemail that comes in hot. I love a voicemail that gets right to the point. That deserves a second playback. She doesn't have any time. No.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, that needs to be on the soundboard too. Next time Oliver tries to leave a comment on my channel.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, you guys are fantastic. There it is. Oh, hell no. That might be the soundbite of the night. I wish I had an audio engineer so I could actually pull off sound bars of the night. Anyway, the voicemail line is open, 401-213-9828. We are all caught up on voicemails. As you guys know, the live stream lasts a little bit longer when we have voicemails. Sage says, Dave is loving these southern ladies. I just love a good accent. Anyone with an accent. Where are my South Africans? I know I get a lot of, we used to get a phone call from some of our South African, I know it's probably tomorrow morning there. What's the future look like? Sage says, Dave needs that clip on autoplay whenever he goes on Reddit. Yeah, no kidding. Well, now that I've taken my username off Reddit, so now at least I don't feel like I need to comment on anything because I no longer exist there. My whole thought with that is, and I've said this before, but just to the live stream, is like, look, I'm monetized here. If people want to comment or criticize me, they can find me and do it on my channel. You know what I mean? I'm just going to make it slightly harder on people. That's all. It's not an echo chamber. It just makes it slightly harder. You know what I say when people leave me rude comments?
Oh, hell no.
That's basically what I say. Just, oh, hell no. That's it. Okay, good. Sarah said, bye, Oliver. No, I mean, I like when he comments. I just, reject most of what he says.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, feel free. If there's any other, dare I say, sassy voicemails, bring them on. Sass is appreciated. Just turn the TV off in the background because there's nothing to worry. No, you know what? The voicemails have been pretty high quality lately. Like, you guys have done a really good job with them. It used to be like you'd be things going on in the background and this and that, but it's been pretty good. All right, so am I all done here? We can't be all done here. Let's see what, I'm too busy. By the way, my screen has just had this on it the whole time. So clearly I've got a little bit of a sugar addiction here. Henry says they're going to bring Clayton back. Well, they might run out of guys. They might run out of, they're like, look, Rachel wiped away all the guys. Can we bring Clayton back? Let's talk about Rachel's date with Zach. they did the, the nasty. No, they went to this movie premiere, which, by the way, was great. Merci beaucoup, Sophia. Très bien en français, tabarnak. Grazie. That's Italian. But yeah, was that... It felt original. Now, we know the group photography date. That's all hogwash. It's BS. But I don't think we've had a movie premiere that's you and me, right? I don't think we've had a movie premiere that is sort of a look back at like childhood videos. And I'm going to have this in my recap in the morning, but it's like, if you were born in the 1980s like me, the only childhood video you have is at a mall sitting on Santa Claus when you're 6. You know what I mean? Like, I was raised by a single mom. My mom was too busy trying to find, eggs and milk at a decent price, and she didn't have, a video camcorder, as it was called. You know what I mean? So that ages me. I feel like anyone born in the 90s pretty much will remember their childhood. I mean, it really is cool. It's the one cool thing about social media is the amount of archive footage people are going to have of their childhood. I think about this. This is going to sound morose, but like, God forbid, on my way to get Choco Taco tonight, I get run over and die. God forbid. But I mean, the amount of YouTube videos I have that I would hope my family would finally watch, because there's no way they watch now. And it's like, what do I have to do? Get run over by a Choco Taco truck in order to get some respect from my family? You know what I mean? But that's what they say. Your fans are not your family, and your family could give 2 craps about what you do, and that's okay. I'm not bitter. I love them. Okie dokie. Yellow. I didn't get one yellow. No yellows there.
Hi, Dave. It's Jill from Toronto, Canada.
Hi, Jill.
I've been watching for a couple years, first time calling. I just thought when the season started, they were really taking a page out of the Joe Millionaire book, and it made me excited to have 2 leads. But they've done none of the good parts when they separated the dates. So each lead had a group of their own one-on-one date, and then they had a group date, but it wasn't all together. And that show was fantastic. But they seem to be doing the same thing that they have every other season. And it's really sad to watch, and I hope it works out, but I don't have high hopes. Anyway, thanks.
Thanks, Yellow Bello. Yeah, look, by the way, I love that you guys have caught on to my need for good audio quality, which, by the way, makes it look really bad when we look back at my intro. Let's watch my intro one more time. No, we'll do that at the end. But my point is that I didn't have a good microphone back then. But, you live, you learn. That's why I got the ear monitors in, so I can hear how I sound when I need to get close. You know what I mean? That's a $100 piece of equipment there. I haven't broken a tooth yet. Get over there. Okay. I don't think Nick Bial's got one of these. Okay. All righty. That's it. Oh, boy. By the way, I had a buddy of mine asked me for some YouTube advice, and he just hit 600,000 subscribers. I'm happy for him. My buddy Josh Nasser, completely blowing up on YouTube, TikTok, billions of views, and I'm like, this is it. What is it? Rising tides, rise all ships, whatever, high tide, whatever it is. The point. By the way, that reminded me of that new show Vikings Valhalla on Netflix. Pretty good. I'll just say this. You know a lady directs the Vikings Valhalla series because there's lovemaking between the Vikings, and it's like sensual, passionate lovemaking. And I'm like, listen, if a man's directing a Vikings lovemaking scene, there's going to be warlock, beards. Oh, they're going to have the horns on. She's going to be doing reverse horn, reverse Viking style. Anyway, point being, it's a good show. Go check it out. Has anyone seen that? Vikings of Valhalla on Netflix? Okay. Kate's on her lunch break. Where are you checking in from, Kate? Are you in Ireland? Tell me where you're at again. Kate's over there. Karamo getting his own talk show this fall. I totally forgot Karamo was on the show here. Just because I was cooking my dinner and my kitchen and my living room are like sort of attached. So when I cook steak, you got to sear it. You got to cook it as hot as possible. But because of that, I'll set the fire alarm off like 90% of the time. So I got to jack up the vents as much as possible. And I put up this like tinfoil shield to kind of keep the smoke going in the right direction. So Karamo's trying to talk. I got jets. I'm flipping steaks. I'm looking for Choco Taco directions. I'm all over the place. Barbara said, obviously the Zach date was pre-planned very early to get access to his family videos. My question would have been, they must have known which contestants would have had some archival things, like maybe if they're, anyone under 30, they're kind of, they could probably bank on them having some footage. But yeah, it probably took a few days to put it together, but probably not much more time. You can imagine one phone call to Zach's parents, like, hey, Zach's mom, we're looking for footage. Oh, for my little Zachy? Okay. And she's going through all the things, doing all that stuff. All right, couple more voicemails. Let's get into it.
Hi, it's Christy again.
Hello.
So I've been wondering, do you think that they would ever have two guys on The Bachelor?
Yeah, I think it would work out perfectly fine. I think, listen, you guys aren't going to like what I'm about to say. I think, and you know what? Please let me know in the comment here. All right, let me preface it by saying this. In order for us to be able to have an open conversation, we need to make sure that we can respect that we're throwing things out there. You know what I mean? If I say something, people go, oh my gosh, that's the worst thing in the world, then I'm not going to say anything, and it's going to be boring, flavorless taco. You want Choco Taco. All right, so my thought is this. Men, and whenever you generalize, you get yourself in trouble. But I think men get rejected a hell of a lot more by women than women get rejected by men. Does that make sense? So, could it be, whenever I say could it be, I just feel the urge. Could it be that Rachel has never really been rejected before? Now, I know what you mean. Every you can leave a comment. Oh my gosh, women get rejected all the time. I'm sure you do. Men get rejected all the time. Okay, all the time. Men, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. There's a lot of guys out there getting a lot of rejection. So I'm not saying that women don't get rejected. I'm just saying you've got Gabby and Rachel. You got the cute young ladies. Are they used to being the decision makers when it comes to the courting process? So that's when Rachel says, and I ask that because we just watched it. And please leave a comment, call, let me know. You're allowed to disagree. This isn't an echo chamber. My audio is too good to have an echo chamber in here. You know what I mean? Ain't no echo chamber with a $400 microphone. These walls are sound treated. No echo chamber here. But that's my thought is that when Rachel was like, he turned my rose down in front of everybody. It was like, you know how many times a guy's been at a bar and he's, hey, talking to a girl, and then he turns around and the girl's friend's like, no. Like, I've literally been, more times than I can count, have had girls reject me by just pulling me away, like literally physically throwing me out of the way. Anyway, so that's my thought there. I'm going to have to go to the top of the comment section and let me know what you guys think. Women have to have, so Marcia says, women have to have the visuals. If not, they get rejected. Oh, I see what you're saying. So there's maybe a privilege there. Sophia says men are just more likely to hit on a girl. Julie says, you're probably right. I was disappointed Nate didn't take her for a chat. Women have to, they shoot a lot of shots. I agree, Dave. I don't think Rachel has been rejected much. Because look, I've been rejected. I'm a stand-up comic. I get rejected all the time. When people go, oh, Dave, how do you deal with some of these negative comments? I go, negative comments? I've been getting them for decades. Negative comments. So, don't get me wrong. Some really piss me off if you catch me hungry or on a bad day. But some I'm just like, yeah, whatever. What you think about me doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. You guys know I'll spiral out of control. But, I can handle it.
Hello again. Just sending another voicemail because apparently you need some.
Oh, I don't need no pity voicemail. I'll play you.
I thought the video was weird for a first date, and I felt that moment that Zach was kind of sitting there feeling a bit awkward, and he even said at some point, I don't know what to say. I think he just actually didn't know what to say, and he wasn't he wasn't crying or anything. Anyways, kind of a weird thing to do and to put someone on the spot. Otherwise, it was a nice date. Anyways, sorry for kvetching there. Bye.
Bye, Yellow. So, yeah, I think whenever you get emotional on a date, the cameras are looking around, the guy's wondering what to say, guys are trying to play cool. I don't judge people early on if they're like having trouble accessing their emotions. It's like they're on a flipping TV show. So Savvy said, I think that if there were, sorry, I'm going blind. I think that if there were two men, the majority of women would be clear about who they liked from day one. Listen, these are all hypotheticals, right? I would love to know if you had two guys, both relatively same level of attraction, different guys, obviously not the two twins there, but maybe the women are very clear with who they like, or maybe both guys are really charming. I don't know, but I would love to see that. So to answer the earlier question, give us two bachelors. Sure, totally.
Bruce from Oregon. Dave, yellow. I just want to know, why is Dave so obsessed with Choco Taco? All right, have a good one. Bye.
Bye. Well, look, once it hits your lips, it just tingles. You know what I mean? What can I do? It's less about my obsession and more about what are they putting inside that taco shell.
Hey, Dave. It's Karen from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. I need to know what you're on tonight because you are absolutely hilarious. I didn't even get to watch the show, but all I could care about are those Choco Taco things now.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I'm actually having my second diet soda of the evening. I know, I'm a bad boy. Oh, but, the aspartame. Can it, Karen, with the aspartame, all right? I could be doing blow off a hooker's ass. I'll take a Diet Coke once in a while. You know what I mean? Sorry, honey. I love Kelly goes, the audio is too good to have an echo chamber. That's right. Not on my watch. Some people just don't get what we do, and that's okay. You know what? I'd rather have you guys that understand the weight of my heart is a good treble.
Hey, it's Alicia from Ontario.
Alicia.
I just was wondering, the whole rose ceremony changes last minute, and Jesse coming in and kind of explaining everything, and I kind of feel that Rachel and Gabby could have just explained it and handled it themselves. And I'm almost just kind of wondering, is there even a need for a host at this point with The Bachelor? I just wondered your thoughts. Anyway, good night.
Good night. Bye. Is there a need for a host? No. No, not really. They got to show up. They kind of, they're like a support beam in a house that doesn't need a support beam. You know what I mean? They're just like, all right, I guess you don't really need my work here, but they still, whatever. I don't know. He's the liaison. He's talking to the producers. If the producers are like, oh shoot, we need to tell him something. All right, send Jesse out. He's just basically like a hired producer. Henry says, I've been rejected by women so many times that I'm numb to their rejections. You know what I like to do if I get rejected by the old ladies? I just go down and get a Choco Taco. But after 2022, God knows what we're going to eat when we get rejected. Anastasia says, fair point, Dave. I bet Rachel has never been rejected. She's young. She got rejected by Clayton, but she's probably barely had any time to process that. And everything that happened with Clayton and then that rose ceremony happening probably felt like an avalanche falling on Rachel. Absolutely. And I don't blame her. It's just, look, it's a new feeling when you're rejected. With stand-up comedy, you have to learn to bomb in style. Sometimes if you get angry, and it's actually the same thing with Nick Viall and Katie Thurston. I'll tie it back to them. You bet your bottom dollar I'll tie it back to them. If my name's not Double Diet Coke Dave Neal, I will tie it back to them with my good audio. Here's the deal. When you show emotion, like when Natalie and Nick responded to Katie, they were kind of like in a very much like slam. Here's what they kind of showed the type of emotion that was like showed that they really thought they were slamming back, which is fine, but it also is a little try hard versus if you're a comic and someone heckles you and you just like nonchalantly slam them back, you win. Now, if you're a comic and the audience is like not that receptive, like even my show Friday night, I tell you what, I'm going to do this for you guys. I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to write this down and remind myself. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to air my full set from Friday night. The first 2 minutes of my set, the audience did not like me. Now, early in my career, maybe I would have been like, oh, you guys suck, or this isn't going well. I would have taken that rejection, personally and like sabotaged. But I think you'll see if you watch my set. I went up late in this show and it was a very crowded audience. We all have monkeypox now, probably. And I hate to joke around. I got the itch. I'm kidding, I think. And it was so hot in this room. And heat is not good for stand-up. You want the audience to be like a cool 70 degrees. It was like 85 degrees. Because heat makes you tired and then you're thinking about being hot and you're not listening to the jokes. So you need to be nice and chill, 65 even. Really, make them, catch pneumonia in there. So anyway, I went up late in the show. A lot of other comics had kind of done okay. First 2 minutes of my set was kind of just like, these jokes aren't really hitting. I just leaned into it. I kept on telling my jokes, and it ended up being a really strong set. I'll share that with you guys tomorrow on the Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Neal, so you can see what I'm talking about. But I guarantee I'm not mischaracterizing it when I tell you it was a real rough go. And then it only got better. And my point being is that you learn how to deal with rejection in a way that's less personal. And that's something that has to take the ego out of the situation. What I tell guys like Henry is this: whenever you do get rejected, like if you meet someone at a bar and you're like, hello, me lady, whatever, hello, I do declare, whatever, would you like a Choco Taco, me lady? Whatever it is that you're doing, you got to remember, your approach is being rejected, not who you are. See, we take rejection, like in sales or whatever, as like they're rejecting my core being, I'm being ostracized from the group, yada, yada, yada. We take it as all these things, when in fact, you like that yada, yada, yada reference? Looking at you. All right, sponge worthy. Are you Choco Taco worthy? So the deal is learn to take yourself out of the equation. And remember, if you're getting rejected, your approach isn't meant to be. It's not you. Carry on with your life. Unfortunately, there are men who get rejected and then literally go and commit atrocities because they don't know how to process their emotions. That exists too. I'm not saying all men are good at it. I'm just saying you either learn how to deal with rejection or you become an incel.
Hey Dave, it's Isabella from Central Florida.
Isabella.
And I'm gonna catch you there with the Isabella. You always say that every time I call you, Dave. Plus, I'm 0% Italian in ancestry, and I am 51%, Iberian Peninsula, Spain.
So that's like Russia. Is Isabella? It's Isabella with the nuclear codes to take over. You're a Bond villain.
Just letting you know. Also,
Isabella.
I feel really bad for Gabby. What happened in the mansion when she visited the guys, when Rachel was on her date, her one-on-one date. It's a little disheartening how the guys kind of ignored her. And then in the group date, how the guys kind of like belittled her a little bit, like said, I like Rachel, you're just too strong, like headstrong, or like, I don't know. They said it in like kind of like a negative way, or like, if you were the only Bachelorette, I wouldn't be with you at all. I would leave or whatever. That was just wrong. I feel like in a weird way I kind of relate to Gabby, and all her insecurities I have felt, and I think I've been very scared of dating because of how Gabby feels. So I feel bad for her, and I kind of relate to her, and hopefully there's good men out there. But thank you, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Have a good night.
Thank you so much. Now, let me tell you, there are good men out there. And there might be men that were assholes that will become good men, that might be insecure or whatever. You know what I mean? So just keep having faith. And if you don't like it, just remember the wise words.
Oh, hell no.
Now, Babo May said your set was the best that night in Hollywood. Now, let me tell you something. Don't you dare tell me you came to that show and didn't say hi afterwards. Did you come to the show and not say hi? I'm scolding you. I'm wagging my finger at you. I hate it when people from our community come to a show and don't say hi. So anyway, Kelly mentioned us in her story. Let's see. Oh, this is nice. Hold on. We have a nice mention in our story here. I just reshared it. If anyone else wants to reshare anything that's going on with wants to reshare our live stream here. Let's see if I can find it. Hold on one second. Profile. Hold on, where are we? Pull me up, baby. Let's see if we can get... So this is from earlier. Game of Roses called me the best hype man. And then for anyone wondering about all my Bachelor Nation content, it's because that franchise is a fascinating mirror of my home country. Sometimes it's interesting and helpful to philosophize around tough issues in a lighter context of this show. Dave, approaching from the lens of a comic in Game of Roses pod who developed a whole lexicon and book on the show as an influencer sport and do this with great insight and artistry. Well, thank you so much, Kelly Rubin. I didn't know. This franchise is a fascinating mirror of my home country. What is your home country? Are you saying you're not from out here? I don't know where people watch. But either way, thank you so much for sharing that. Much appreciated. Chrissy G says, hello, love, in a British accent. Put some honey on your tea. All right, we have Dan calling in, Angel's man.
Hello, this is Dan. Why is Dave so obsessed with Choco Tacos? Also, thanks for keeping my wife Angel occupied while I play video games all day and pay no attention to her. Bye!
Bye. You're welcome. Hey, that's what I do. It's Babysitter Dave. That's right. Yeah, hey, look, I'll give some dating advice if you guys want. I mean, so it's not... Rachel says, can confirm I work in sales and it's so hard to not take it personally sometimes, even when you know. Absolutely. And you know what's so tough? Also, if like for me, like I was feeling a certain way earlier today on the Patreon. I was sort of behind on my schedule and content wasn't really like performing that well. And like, then if I read a negative comment, I'm just like, ugh, you know, but that just means I need to work on like who I am and where I want to be so that I'm not so easily like affected that way. By the way, if I don't get Choco Taco tonight, I'm for sure going to do a drive-through one of these days and surprise it for Tasha. But wouldn't that be great if I did a Choco Taco stand-up bit like someone had mentioned, and then after my show, I'm like, you know, I'm selling merchandise, and everyone's like, do you have t-shirts? And I'm like, no, but I have Choco Tacos, and I just whip out give me one. Just like dry ice comes up out of nowhere, you know what I mean? It's Choco Taco Dave. Griselda's in the chat. Good to see you. Franny, how are you? Yeah, we got a good little crowd happening here. Oh, Irene looks like has a super chat. $2 from Irene. Thank you for the super chat. She says, is Choco Taco worthy good? Late to the party. Choco Taco, that'll buy me a good Choco Taco. I'll tell you that. It looks like I'm pretty far behind on the chat, so let me just barrel past everybody. Let me remind you, if I don't get to your comments, it doesn't mean I don't love you. Speaking of rejection, right? Earlier in the chat, someone said I didn't respond to their comment, and then they rage quit on me. Don't do that, guys. I'm trying my best. Oh, poor Dave. I'm gonna lose sleep tonight thinking about that. All right, the voicemail line is wide open. Last chance to call. Last call for alcohol. Last call, Choco Taco. Sarah says, bump your Harrison on that like button, pump your Palmer all over it. Do me a favor and wind up your Gabby and wreck your Rachel on top of that like button. Casey Coots, how are you? Good to see you out there. And everyone else in the chat. I guess we're going to be winding it down right now. I tell you what, I'll play this trailer for you guys one more time. If you want more content, this morning at 10 a.m. on the private Patreon, I shared thoughts that I promised you I will not address publicly regarding some of the BS that is going on in Bachelor Nation. Here it is. Oh, by the way, yeah, this was me building. Let's see if we can find this. This was me building the trailer that I just made. Let's see if we can find. Trust me when I say it's not that exciting, but let's just see if I can play this. Let's see if it plays it for you. Yes, search. So this is me trying to. Oh, hold on. This is me in this morning's live stream making the trailer you guys just watched.
Production value. A man decided to recap The Bachelor.
Look at me eating. How gross.
And now, available only on Patreon.
So what I did was, I'm going to share the behind the scenes. What I did was I had to Google how to make my voice lower. Let's see if I can find it. And now, for an exclusive time on Patreon. So that was my voice, right? We'll do this. And then watch this. I lowered the tone. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Don. Don says obsessed with the drone footage.
In a world with no production value.
Hey, that's me. The problem with this.
A man.
I got to reshoot this first one. So that's what I did here. In a world with no production value. So stupid. It's actually funnier watching me do this.
Tasha has to hear me doing this.
Yeah, Tasha's in the background going, we get it. Nobody cares.
Anyway, shoot that here.
So I made this today for
In
you
a
guys.
world with no production value.
Okay, and then the final product is right here. Here's the final product for you guys. Play it for you.
In a world with no production value. A man decided to recap The Bachelor. And now, available only on Patreon, you can see Vintage Dave.
Okay, hello. This is my first review of Bachelor Season 20 with Ben Higgins.
Now available on patreon.com/Dave Neal. Okay, folks. All right. So I think that's going to do it for me. Let's see if I've got any other voicemails. I got no problem promoting the Patreon. It's like, look, someone left a comment today going, I will never join your Patreon. Fine. I have hours of content for free every day. But within that content, I'm going to promote the Patreon. And I do tell you, I do like that I can comment on things that I can't comment on publicly. There really are some things that I just can't talk about publicly. If you ever want information that I can give you, and you want to put that on a Patreon, I'll tell you what, I'm almost considering telling the Patreon who flip-flops this season. Oh, should I do a Patreon-only spoiler? I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, let's go to our last voicemails.
Hey, Dave. I left a comment, but, yeah, you barreled over me just like those guys barreled over these girls' hearts tonight. But I do still love you, so don't lose sleep over me. Tanya from Georgia. My heart is broken for these girls. It's horrible. I love this franchise. I love to watch it, but man, this is brutal. A little early. I sure hope it gets better for them. They sure do everybody deserves love if they want it. You know, anyway, appreciate you. I'll have to re-listen to the entire thing tomorrow, but gonna hang out with you tonight. Love you, mean it. Bye.
Thank you so much for the call. You said I bailed over your voicemail. Did I cut you off? I'm sorry. Look, blame my neurodiversity there. Sometimes I can't get through a full voicemail without interjecting. I don't know if that's neurodiversity or narcissism. It's one of those things, but I appreciate you.
One of these guys needs to get in the head because they're talking about, oh, you rough around the edges. Well, if you rough around the edges, then baby, you can't handle me.
Let's watch that. Let's listen to that one more time. Hold on. From the top.
One of these guys needs to get in the head because they're talking about, oh, you rough around the edges. Well, if you rough around the edges, then baby, you can't handle me.
Baby, you can't. That sounds like a country song. If you rough around the edges, then baby, you can't handle me. There you go. Yeah, Katie Thurston actually had a response. Let me see if I can find that. Katie had a funny response to being rough around the edges. Wow, she said, this is so effing rude. I hate this. Gabby, you don't need to be someone's cup of tea when you're a shot of whiskey. Rough around the edges. Find yourself a man who loves your boldness. Oh boy, there it is, folks. Yeah, that's right. Find someone that can handle whatever waves you're, dishing up. All right, back to Denise.
Hi, Dave. This is Denise again. I'm calling from Des Moines, Iowa. I'm really calling about something I saw on Reddit today regarding Tasha's YouTube channel. I watched her video the last time, the fashion recap she did. Someone was actually asking about a sweater with a tie in the back that Gabby wore that she was interested in. But she said it was very expensive, so I told her check out Tasha's video because she usually finds very cheaper equivalent styles. So I just wanted to let you know. Bye. Have a good night.
Thank you so much for letting me know that. I will share that with Tasha and find out if she has any alternatives. I know she's working on it, but thank you so much for that.
Bonjour, Dave.
Bonjour,
okay, I'm really drunk. I just wanted to say that I miss our little conversations and that this formula worked on Joe Millionaire. And now it's not working. I wonder why.
The edit.
People keep saying that it has, that this is sexist. This is not because it worked on Joe Millionaire. Okay? And we can get 2 bachelors in. Let's see how that works out. Bet you we won't have any problem. Women are more competitive.
Whoa!
That's it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just the way it is. Anyway, I know I'm going to go over a minute because I always do, and I'm used to, talking to you forever. Anyway, cheers to the crew. Love you, Dave. And, yeah.
Merci beaucoup, Sophia. Bye. Yellow. Is that your first time calling in on this voicemail line there, Sophia? I appreciate you. I love it. You said women are more competitive. I mean, men are really competitive. That's why they do all these group dates with men in thongs. I don't know. But, I mean, it's obviously different. It's every scenario is different. But, yeah, like you said, if it worked in Joe Millionaire, why is it not working now? Partly that must have to do with the way the producers run things.
Okay, Dave, it's Sonia again from Georgia. No, you didn't barrel over my voicemail. It was just...
Oh, Sonia!
Because I'd left a comment because I was a little late joining. And you're like, well, I'm going to have to just barrel over these comments. Y'all don't hate me. And I'm just busting your chops. But my TV cut out for the last 3 minutes. Who were the last picks? I hope Hayden went home. And I hope Jason went home because they were horrible. Anyway, spill the tea. Bye.
Bye. You know what? So I watch my thing on a minute delayed, and I can never make it to the end. So if anyone in the comment sections can tell me exactly who didn't make it, I think that'll be the easiest. Because honestly, I'm drawing a blank right now, and I normally look it up at the end, but I don't want to Google it just yet. Let's see. Do we have any other I think that's going to be it for voicemails. A lot of great comments. It just got really hot in here on my end. Oh boy, when it hits you, it hits you. Let's see if there's any sort of things I'm missing from. Usually BachelorNation.scoop will be one of the first people to a story. I always recommend them because there's a lot of great channels, but if there's anything that's worthy of sharing, they'll have it. Meatball, we know Tito, one of the, Tito didn't make it, and I don't think Meatball made it, but Meatball hasn't decided which one of you lucky ladies he wants yet. Has no one thought about what Meatball wants? The man who has dated half of San Diego is understandably flustered about having to choose one woman to date. Yikes. All of us back in March when the producers told us the women would have control and this was a good idea. Clown show. The way the first person to decline a rose was someone I've never even seen before. Look, we should embrace the people that declined a rose. They're not stringing someone along. You know what I mean? These men are acting like this is the NFL draft. So if a rose is offered and rejected, it becomes a dead rose, literally making it up by the second. No one more confused than Tino at all these men rejecting Rachel. Meatball crawling back to Rachel, trying to get a second chance after Gabby didn't give him a rose. Give Rachel back her roses. These are great. When they reject Rachel's rose and get nothing from Gabby. Oh, boy. So there they are. Oh, do we have a next week? Let's watch. Let's watch the next week preview.
Hello. Coming up next week on The Bachelorette.
This is romantic. There's something in the air. Paris just does something to you.
There's going to be 2 separate groups now. We're on 2 separate journeys.
Love to you is just the ultimate thing. And that's exactly how I am.
I never thought I would be able to find someone. And now it's right in front of my face.
Every time I'm in the same room as Gabby and Rachel, I realize my feelings toward Gabby.
He made a vulgar comparison. Something about I don't trust these bitches.
I've tried hard to put my feelings aside, but the heart wants what it wants.
Every single day is like a roller coaster.
Why does she look pissed off?
Do you know why I'm talking to you right now?
the shock on their faces. No one even knew what I was coming from.
Tonight, Rachel was given some information about some things said that was really disturbing.
I hate every single day having to get to the point of wanting to leave. I'm just so over this. I'm so done. Here's to love. To love.
To love.
All right, there it is, folks. To love. Hey, Sonia with a $5 super chat says, thanks, Dave. Hope this will buy you a Starbucks. Much appreciated. It will. Tasha gets the expensive Starbucks order, but me, I'm a classic grande iced coffee, coconut milk, no sweetener. All right. By the way, did they said in the blooper, I didn't get to see the bloopers yet. I'm going to rewatch it, but they said the guy got rejected and asked the other girl to take him back. That would be so funny if that's true. That'd be really funny. Okie dokie. Let's see. Are we done here? I think we're done here. I do appreciate... Kimberly says, Dave, this is the fun after chat. I've been saying that all along. I mean, objectively, there's so many great recapping content creators out there, but I think the people that like what we do really, really make this a fun experience with all the voicemails. I don't know anybody else who runs a voicemail system like we do, and I think it's important that you guys are able to share your thoughts, as it were. It's, we need you out there. So I'm going to wrap things up. The woman must understand their okay. Yeah, Meatball did that. Oh, okay, I got to rewatch it. Yeah, the fact that that Roby's no longer with them, they should have kept him along just to entertain the guys. Anytime you get haters, I will play it back, Kimberly. Is that from you? Did you leave that? I don't know whose soundbite that was. I don't know if I still have it. Now I got to go find it. Let me see. Is it this one?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, we'll keep that. We will keep that. So anyway, I'll make this promise. I will tell the Patreon the spoiler at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Mark my word. I'm doing it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to tell you the spoiler. It's not a season-ending spoiler. It's just it'll just tell you who. But let me tell you this. If any of this information leaks out of the Patreon, I don't get to share spoilers again. So we had a big crowd there, but everyone signs up with their email address. So if there's any new people that sign up and then Reddit finds out our spoiler, I got to tell you, no more spoiler. I'll turn this car right around. You guys, I will turn. Don't make me. You know what I mean? I need to make a scene that's me in like a station wagon, and then I can have a steering wheel. I will turn. Hey, put your brother. Quit biting your sister's shoulder. That type of deal. That big dad energy. Yeah, well, you'll get a spoiler. It's not crazy, but it's enough to maybe convert a few people. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for me. Let's end here on a good one. What do you say? We get some nice I'm gonna search sexy. Let's end with some sexy music. Here we go. Bedroom beats. Oh shoot! There it is now. Here we go now. Bedroom beats. Everybody wanna know what it's like to hit the fantasy suite. Choco Taco in. Okay, boy. Now, I said I was gonna go get Choco Taco tonight, but I might change my mind. I don't know. If they answered the phone and said that they had Choco Tacos, I think I'd go, but you're looking at 25 minutes each way, and I don't want to get rejected on my Choco Taco adventure. But will I swing by there tomorrow on the way? Maybe. Just reading some of your comments. Oh, no worries, Tina. I know, and that's the problem with Patreon is I can't always make content available for anyone. But Tina, you were a member for a long time. If there's ever anything you want to see, let me know and I'll send it over to you. Rebecca wants the Calzone song. All right, we'll take requests. I don't know if I have the Calzone song. Do you hear that? Is this it? Yo, here we go. Funk music.
Cold pizza Tuesday.
What? Here we go. Everybody know Choco Taco. 1983, 2022. Here we go, pour one out for the Choco Taco. Gonna pack it with the ice cream. Gonna pack it till you scream after you hit the sugar dream. Nuts in the chocolate, covered in a waffle cone. Swirly chocolate. Alright guys, that's it for me. Hit the like button on the way out the door. Yeah. What? Cold Choco Taco. When it hits your lips. Ice cream headache. Make your body ache. Make your tooth ache. Make your sweet tooth ache while you give your friend a bite.
My shoestrings untied. I'm running full speed with scissors in hand. I love pointy things. Let's fall on the floor next to all of our needs. Let's lose inhibition. Let's fly like our dreams is reality. Real things ain't quite what they seem. Once you hold it, does it gleam? If it's green, is there a soul? Is a soul a real thing? If you're really in the know, is it all a scripted show with the cameras and lights and the laugh track to kill all of my loneliness inside, and a casting crew of friends who are always there when things get dry to crack a joke? But instead I'm hearing Cali up in smoke in real life where the whole world broke and the pizza always froze.
Good night, everybody. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Bright and early tomorrow morning. Bye, everybody.
Make my own damn waves inside my own studio, taking life for what it is, even if it's getting
cold pizza on a Tuesday. I got food up in the fridge. Y'all keep looking for a new wave. I think I like it how it is.
Bye.
Bitch, what you got good? It's always as good as it gets. Even throughout all the mess and regrets, piled cigarettes and the rest. All you got's every breath till your last, and then you'll be dead. So live it all good, eat the journos in bed. Be grateful for what you got, don't let that ego in head. Keep it free, boy. Keep them strings off me, boy. No stems, no sticks, no seeds, no stress, no peace, no love, no free, don't care. More chains for me, don't share, I keep. Yo, bitch, let's eat. Yo, bitch, let's eat. On Tuesday.
Oh, hell no.
I got food up in the fridge.
If you think I'm picking
Y'all keep looking for a new wave.
Barrel Scraping Dave.
I think I like it how it
That's
is.
rubbish, Dave.
Oh, hell no.
Good night, everybody.